Here are my top 5 tips for marketing and selling land on Facebook. I'm actually going to give you a bonus tip at the end, so make sure you stick around for that last one. All right, number 1, you got to know who your buyers are. So get out a pen and a piece of paper and write down the characteristics of who you think is most likely to buy the property that you're selling. Is that a hunter, some guy riding an ATV, someone who's going to build a home? Maybe it's a custom home builder. Whatever it is, whoever it is, you need to know exactly who that person is or is most likely to be. All right, step 2, you are going to find Facebook groups that share common interests with who you believe your ideal buyer to be. So if that's someone who's an ATV rider or a dirt bike rider, then you are going to go find them in their Facebook groups, ideally targeted to roughly the location where your property is or where your buyer's coming from. Those are 2 different places. We can get into that into another video. All right, step 3, this one's controversial, but I suggest you go into that Facebook group or Facebook groups and start a fight. Get a little controversial. You want to create at least 2 or 3 posts that get a lot of attention. And the best way to do that in these Facebook groups is to say something controversial, say something that's fake news, start a fight, make a bold claim, whatever it might be. You want to get a few posts that are going to grab a whole bunch of attention. And what you're going to see is you're going to start getting badges in that group. Ideally, you'll get rising contributor or top contributor in that group. Okay, this is very important. All right, number 4, so after you've had a little bit of time in that Facebook group, you've seasoned it, you started a couple fights, you've gotten some folks angry at you, that's when you're going to actually begin posting your properties in the group. Now, we're going to be a little creative. We are not going to post to Marketplace and then share to these other Facebook groups. That's really important. You're going to go directly to that group and you are going to post the property. And you're also going to go over, if there's a discussion side to that group, go into the discussion side and you're going to say something more generic, which is going to be like, I have a property or 2 properties for sale, 3 property sale, perfect for this sort of buyer. If you're interested, DM me. This alone is going to cause a lot of controversy. People are going to call you scammers, but the likelihood of you generating many comments and interactions with that post goes through the roof if you are at least somewhat vague with the information that you request, okay? This may be the opposite of what you see a lot of other land investors doing. A lot of other land investors are putting together Facebook posts that have every little piece of detailed information on it. That's great for maybe finding 1 or 2 ideal buyers that it's perfectly suited to that might reach out to you and save you some time. But you're actually losing a lot when you do that. And we'll get into that here in a minute. Okay, so next you're going to send them to your website or wherever you have these listings hosted. That's where you're going to get them to engage with the property, read the descriptions, look at it on a map, etc., etc., etc. When I started this, a lot of folks would have a wall there where someone had to enter in their information to actually gain access to the site. I don't really like doing that. What I like to do is I like to just get as much traffic on that page as possible. And then I'll have a conversion event set up in my Facebook pixel so that I can run an ad directly retargeting only people that have been to my website to look at that property. That is going to be the most affordable way to retarget people and actually get them to interact with your content again, as opposed to email marketing, which does still work. It's just pretty expensive to get a lot of attention with email marketing right now. All right, here's number 6. This is sort of the bonus. So once you've gone through all these steps, I suggest instead of hopping from county to county and operating with a generic land business and hoping you can squeeze a deal out here and there, identify an area or a product or some sort of transformation that you want to specialize in and build an entire company around that. Build a brand around that. And then build a Facebook group around that targets the interests and motivations of your ideal buyers, and if you're really good about it, your ideal sellers. Then you can have your own platform to say as you will, market, remarket, and even bring in outside products to sell to that clientele because they usually don't just need land. So I can go way more in depth here, but folks, I'd much rather you come talk to me one-on-one to learn more about this. Or if you are interested in learning more from me, I have a few events coming up, including a land seminar here in Arlington, Texas. We have marketing, a bunch of other things. So just reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you with some of my services. Thank you.